to date. Gigolo Jim, baby.
You know, I was talking to Ron Jackson a while ago, and he said that while in New York and out in California,
check this out, Coach.
They have heard about rumors of up in that battle royal as the last man was the now Captain Slinker.
Captain Slinker, right?
So
what you're saying is that it looks like, is Slinker going to be wrestling anymore?
Possibly. He kicked him out of wrestling.
Hey, that could be it too. You look at it any way you want to look at it.
When he drop kicked him over that top rope. However, whatever joy you hang around for matches and don't get pinned, the man with 1,001 holes is no good if he's not around to use them. Both these fellas well versed in the art of defensive wrestling. That's exactly what's going on. Ooh,
yeah, heads
power.
Up. I'm like, oh, no.
Yes, a rolling cradle.
He got 2 rambunctions. I can't believe he rolled him up like that.
You're never more in a dangerous position of being pinned when you are in the act of pinning the guy yourself.
Man, make me sick. And watch it here. He's got him right here. He just rolled too far on him there. That's where that weight distance became a disadvantage there, Coach.
That's where balance comes in, too. The weight, I'll give you credit. But balance comes in. But tag team title, Brickhouse Brown, right name Walker. Very similar to the moves that you've seen in the past by none other than, let's say, Billy Robinson, Steve Keirn, Mike Graham, and a host of other greats.
Slinker's losing his mind over there, Coach. He doesn't know what to make of this. His boys aren't doing exactly what he planned on there in the infantry room in the back.
Well, you were telling me that if he lost his mind, it would take a microscope to find it earlier in the program. And a reverse arm drag switch. And the smart savvy there by Black Magic holding on to the ring rather than coming back and suffering either a spin under or class wrestling. And he is a former World Light Heavyweight Wrestling Champion. But as you see, when he comes out here, he has far outgrown that weight class. And we also have the man who is the present World Light Heavyweight Wrestling Champion on the program later. And I'm speaking to the man of a million moves, none other than Jim, or Gentleman Jim, Gigolo Jim, whatever you call him, Backlund. A nice move, and Backlund. And here, getting to his knees and ankles where he should, but caught in a crotch power slam lift. And
I think old Black Magic's welcoming old Hurricane right there, baby. Oh, he had him for the 3 count. He pulled him up. Now what kind of command move there was that by Slinker? Tell him to pick the man up.
You saw it last week when they refused to pin the man upon the command of Captain Slinker. And Black Magic, as you say, being put to the strongest test that he has ever had in his wrestling career to date.
They're punishing him now. They are seriously welcoming him to the world of wrestling.
This is where we'll find out the true mettle, courage, and the defensive abilities of Hurricane Walker right now. And
he's out on his feet, Coach. He's out on his feet.
Well, get off your back, Hurricane. At least get over onto the stomach. Yes, you're right. He's in a lot of trouble right now, and he definitely does need the help of his partner, Lou Perez. If he can only gather enough momentum and...
Coach, check this out. We got the Florida heavyweight champions here. The Nasty Boys.
But Ron Slinkerton, again, you did right, because he took the fight to the streets. And there's no better place that the Nasty Boys could rock and roll but in the streets. How about it now, sir?
Let me tell you, Slinker.
Stinker. Whatever. What do you want to do? You think you're mean? You think you're nasty?
Okay, we've got, believe it or not, another box with Brickhouse Brown. He's got some comments about Steve Keirn.
At the end of that tunnel lies Steve Keirn, the man with the strap, and I'll tell you what, Brickhouse, you've got your work cut out for you.
I personally think Brickhouse should be worried more about Tyree Pride right now than Steve did or Keirn.
Take them one at a time. Backlund right now with the head scissors.
Beautiful
Steve Keirn in a beautiful maneuver where he escaped and had him down for the count of 2. You know, the one thing about Steve Keirn, and I've seen him wrestle for years, Wayne, is that the man has a tremendous amount of speed to go along with his strength. Wrestler first, brawler second, and when he has to incorporate the 2, the man can certainly go downtown.
Absolutely.
Referee Mickey J calling for the break right now.
I've had the pleasure of knowing Steve for a number of years, and truly a gentleman, too.
Well, Backlund right now questioning whether he's at the right place at the right time. Checking with the Reverend Billy C. Wirtz for some final instructions. Leg. Keirn applying the pressure. Backlund trying to reach for the ropes right now, but Keirn dragging him into the middle of the ring. We'd like to say hi to one of the original Kangaroos who's watching the program today, Big Al Costello, watching us in Clearwater, Florida.
Oh, yeah, I know Big Al Costello very well. How's he doing?
He is doing fantastic. Ran into him the other day, and he watches the show regularly and thinks that we have the finest talent in the country here right now.
Well, I have to agree with him.
One thing you'll notice about Keirn is he works one particular part of the body, Wayne. He's been working on that left leg, and he will continue to work on that left leg until that left leg becomes so weak that Backlund...
Oh, what a punishing maneuver.
And you wonder why we have so many knee injuries in professional wrestling. All you have to do is look at that last maneuver by Steve Keirn. And I think we're going to see it again. Backlund. Ooh! Right about now, if I were the Reverend Billy C. Wirtz, I'd be making an appointment with my favorite orthopedic surgeon.
Ted, I think that's why you and I are sitting over here and we're not up there.
No doubt about it, my friend. I love professional wrestling, but no way would you find me inside that squared circle. Steve Keirn has held many titles throughout his career, but I was talking to him before the program today, and he says the one that he holds the most pride in is the Florida Heavyweight Championship because it represents his home state.
Oh, yes. Steve and I have talked about that on many occasions. You know, Steve's held over 40 titles in his several-year tenure.
A brilliant wrestling career, Wayne.
And it's not over by a long shot.
Right about now. Right about now, Mr. Backlund has discovered that two can play the game as he was reaching for the rope. Keirn reached under the armpit and grabbed a handful of hair. Not only does he have a sore knee at this point, but that armpit has to be stinging a bit.
And there's one small mistake by
play. Keirn down, here comes Surgeon.
Ted, I think that's why you and I are sitting over here and we're not up there.
No doubt about it, my friend. I love professional wrestling, but no way would you find me inside that squared circle. Steve Keirn has held many titles throughout his career, but I was talking to him before the program today, and he says the one that he holds the most pride in is the Florida Heavyweight Championship because it represents his home state.
Oh, yes. Steve and I have talked about that on many occasions. You know, Steve's held over 40 titles in his several-year tenure.
A brilliant wrestling career, Wayne.
And it's not over by a long shot.
Right about now. Right about now, Mr. Backlund has discovered that two can play the game as he was reaching for the rope. Keirn reached under the armpit and grabbed a handful of hair. Not only does he have a sore knee at this point, but that armpit has to be stinging a bit.
And there's one small mistake by
play championship because it represents his home state.
Oh, yes. Steve and I have talked about that on many occasions. You know, Steve's held over 40 titles in his several-year tenure.
A brilliant wrestling career, Wayne.
And it's not over by a long shot.
Right about now. Right about now, Mr. Backlund has discovered that two can play the game as he was reaching for the rope. Keirn reached under the armpit and grabbed a handful of hair. Not only does he have a sore knee at this point, but that armpit has to be stinging a bit.
And there's one small mistake by
play. Keirn down, here comes, Steve Keirn is too wise for that particular move, going back to the leg, moving over, going in for the figure four leg lock. This could be all over, but.
He's in the ropes. Now I have to admit, I haven't seen Keirn use that move in a long time.
In a long time. If not for the grace of God and the ring ropes, we could be saying goodbye Lola to this one. Backlund right now favoring that knee, Wayne, and obviously in a lot of pain. Collar and elbow into a headlock. Keirn applying the pressure into the turnbuckle. Mickey J calling for the break. And coming off the break, a forearm smash to the head. Another. Backlund may be making a mistake right about now and waking up, Steve.
Yeah, you were right.
For all of the talent that Backlund has, one questions his ability, and there he goes.
There's the
It is
sleeper.
Simonex time, baby. He's got him into that sleeper hole.
There goes the Reverend Wirtz.